traditionally Bangkok was full of canal, That's why the name Bangkok is the Venice of the East.
The first time I heard people, friends, foreigners, come to Bangkok and through their eyes, I'm proud of what they told me, what they think of Bangkok.
This city can be a psychological endurance test with so many obstacles in getting around Bangkok and just living a day-to-day life here.
See, I did the thing. I came here, I met a Thai girl, and I married a Thai girl, and with that incorporates, I was welcomed into another family, and I don't know how to put this nicely, but basically, her family treats me nicer than what my own family do.
Thailand or Bangkok is this melded international city mixed with culture and like this fusion of like mayhem. So I just immediately felt like my insides matched my outsides. Just taking footsteps outside of the airport and smoking and like.
The airport it wasn't a developed country at that point. So the airport was small and everything was old. When we stepped out on the pavement to take a taxi to our hotel, there was a wat, a temple, directly across the street, and it was just glittering in the sun. And I remember feeling it was magical. I felt this is a magical place.
This city is just one big brothel, but the longer you're here, there's so much more. So I don't know if the majority of people can see past that.
I'm fascinated by just jumping on a river taxi and going up and down the Chao Phraya and seeing where it stops, the people that are getting on and off. My favorite thing also is hospitality, the happy gene that Thais seem to have despite the hardships that they're facing. There's always a smile, there's always a politeness, they're always congenial.
Thailand is traditionally identified as a Buddhist country because more than 90% of population are Buddhist. And a few Christian community, and then the Muslim is second. Many religious, but the people can live harmony with each other now. The Buddhist help Muslim, Muslim help Christian, Christian help Buddhist, and so forth. There's not much a problem.
I was born in the countryside of Thailand, so I feel like everything that I used to see back in my hometown was very calm and very quiet. People are very generous, giving each other things, but living in Bangkok is a little bit different. Like, not a little, a lot different, a big change.
But there is an underlying, you hear of people who do get into trouble. This is not the place to play up. This is not the place to get rotten drunk and go stumbling around the soys. There's certain rules you follow here. It's sort of decent behaviour, because if you overstep the mark, you can find out about it, really. End up in hospital type, find out about
it. The structures. I mean, there's just so much like facade being built upon the old structures. I mean, any space for land development isn't planned, and then like the most modern looking building will just appear there, or condominium or whatever. It's just like, a 5-star hotel would just appear next to a like a low residential area. I mean, without any sort of zoning. It's like kind of building. It's like having a crazy facelift. I mean, you could say Bangkok has had the biggest facelift in the history of cities. This food is so good. It's like having 3 therapy sessions a day. It's like, it made me feel so good. So, but I mean, I've lived here for 10 years, and infatuation with the food. I mean, it's kind of I still love it. It teetered off. The next most favorite thing about Bangkok is just the gentle culture. It's a mix between its traditional cultures, but we have access to all like the new modern, whatever if you call it either necessities or evil necessities of the world. So you can be responsible for how you live in Bangkok, which I like. You have access to the gritty stuff, the traditional, very Buddhist, softer, spiritual aspects of life, and your whole plethora of modern stuff. So you're in charge of what you want to consume, you're in charge of what you don't want to consume. So it's that full choice you have. That's what I like about it here.
It's not the same Bangkok as what it was when I got here 15 years ago. When I got here 15 years ago, I lived in a very small Thai area of town, and there's hardly any Farang in there. And you're sort of like an identity, and people warmed to you and wanted to take you home and got to know you.
I wouldn't be able to pinpoint why, but I feel the city's overwhelmed with opportunity and inspiration. I believe it. I feel like things happen a lot more rapidly. And I think the number one reason, though, is because you can do whatever the fuck you want. And it's almost without question. And questioning yourself, it's kind of really liberating. And I think you can see that just simply in the way the road operates.
The trend of changing, in Bangkok is that it's getting worse in terms of like people are really getting more selfish.
It's an easier place to get travel visas, so there has been an influx of refugees in the past 5 years from Pakistan, Syria, and it's starting to be a big social problem. In the past 50 years, there's a big Chinese immigration. You can tell like my family's Chinese, and they're totally integrated, and it's since I think World War II, there's been a complete migration of the southern Chinese people into Thailand, and they totally they're part of every aspect of Thai life now. I don't know, but it feels like 30% of the people I run into are Thai Chinese, which is an insane number.
That is what I hate about the population. There are so many people, the crowded and the traffic and the air pollution and people.
In a nicer place, better air. But when you grow up in a city, there's something in it that is still home, I could pack and go tomorrow. I have no reason to stay in Bangkok. But you ask me where is home, I still feel this is home. So that's probably the sense of why people stay home and want to make a better place of their home. If people keep moving away from where they are, not making a better place, then there won't be a nice city.
It was overwhelming to me that Sukhumvit Road really wasn't as simple as it used to be. It was like a mammoth cement, kind of intimidating in a way, because it blocked out the sky.
I grew up, in fact, I was born in one street downtown, close to Silom, Sipaya, which is called the older part of Bangkok town. When I grew up, I even walked to school or went to school on a tricycle. You know what tricycle? Men pedaling tricycle. So that's my life, childhood growing up, and few cars. And that time there were very few cars, but we, in a family, my grandfather had a car, and that's a big thing. We ride the car to the park once a week, Suan Lung Park. That's the big deal at that time. And later on, we moved further up in the city. And when I moved to this house, it's like at the edge of the city. There are fields all around. But now the city grew into my house. I'm in the city now. Grow into my house. So I just grow up with the city, grow old with the city.
It's just weird, the bits and pieces you would hear as a child growing up about, not even Thailand, but the word Bangkok. Of course, I guess you assume it, you know it's a city, but like growing up, you just assume it's like literally not even a Sin City, but like an off the grid nightmare. I think, I don't know, like I had to, like I thought when I come to Bangkok I'd be here for 5 days. There's no need for any human being to be in Bangkok longer than 3 to 5 days. And when I came here, I fucking loved it. But I think it's just so funny, that perception or the idea I had of like just like a time bomb, or like kind of like some sort of weird, demented, underprivileged, corrupt land